Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I love each and every single one of you. Welcome to the new subscribers. Thank you to the returning subscribers. I love and appreciate all of your comments, your shares, your likes. Okay, I'm glad that how you're interacting with the content. I appreciate like your feedback. I appreciate you're sharing your experiences. Okay, so thank you for participating. Thank you for your participation. Thank you for your presence. Thank you for your time. So this is a general reading. If the messages resonate with you, it's all good. If they don't resonate with you, maybe next time. Okay, so I know we usually talk about people who come for us, and most of the time there's always the undertone of them being like eitherly obsessively jealous or stalkerish, or just being a tyrant, a pest in your lives, and it's always for good reason. So I pull out this deck here so I can let you know, well, the Holy Spirit would like to let you know or confirm with you why these people are so like fixated on you, your life, and what you have going on. So let's see. Holy Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective? Messages for the collective, Holy Spirit. What messages do you have for the collective? So let's see. We have Dance of the Divine Feminine. Wow. Okay. So we know for sure that you're divine. Okay, I'm going to put it to stand. I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to put it to stand. That's 42. So that's a 6. And then we have Sacred Phoenix Heart. Oh, wow. These guys are so pretty. This deck was actually gifted to me. Thank you, my darling. And this is the number 21. So we have Dance of the Divine Feminine, and then we have Sacred Heart, Sacred Phoenix Heart. I'm going to read from the book, okay? Because this deck is not a deck that I'm actually too familiar with. So I'm going to read from the book. Let me see, 42. And this is why the Holy Spirit wanted me to take this deck out, because they want you to know how wonderfully made you are, how amazing you are. And this is also confirmation for those of you who actually doubt yourself or doubt your powers, doubt who you are. This is just to re-establish, okay? To re-establish your confidence if you were lacking any. So 42, Dance of the Divine Feminine. If a tree could move from one place to another, it would not suffer the pain of the sore or the oppressive wounds. If the sun and the moon stood still like the rocks, they could not offer brilliance. How bitter the taste of water would be if the river stopped its flow, remaining like seawater. When the seawater rises to become a cloud, it loses its bitterness and pours the rain of sweetness. Okay? I have given you only a few examples. You can figure out the rest. Break away from the self and enter the kingdom of love. How can your feet bear to be still when the music is so lush and inviting? How can you hold yourself back from the tide of love when the horizon looms so vast and exciting? How can you not arch your back and respond with ecstasy to the lover's touch, saying in absolute submission, yes, more? You were made to move and grow, to love and flow. Even mountains change. Surrender the stodgy ways of the mind and become willing to dance to the great orchestration of love. Okay. You may feel unsettled, beloved, as though the ground beneath you is not so solid. You may touch it to see if it's moving. Of course, it is hurtling through the skies, spinning tilted on its axis. It's amazing you aren't passed out on the floor in utter dizziness. Yet you stand there imagining you have a choice of not moving. What funny foolishness. Let us laugh about it together. How can you even imagine it? Only through some misplaced fear. It is such a small craziness, really. You can cast it off, that small crazy fear. Let it return to the Earth Mother to become fertilizer for the far grander and more exciting insanity of divine love instead. Give up that tiny insanity in favor of the greatest craziness of love. You cannot be unmoved by it. The rhythm of life will get you shaking your hips eventually. How could you not become entranced by the gleaming dance floor, shimmering with possibility and invitation? This oracle comes to you with guidance. Your life may feel as though it's being tipped upside down. Perhaps you feel as though the great beloved, in a feisty mood, has grabbed your ankles, is holding you upside down and shaking you wildly until your skirt is over your head, or the pockets of your pants become freed of their contents, keys, and wallet, dropping to the floor in disarray. Your hair is messy, your bottom is in the air, and your sense of orientation is nowhere to be found. Blood is rushing to your head, and goodness knows, you just want to be put down to have a moment to come to your senses. So the beloved will give you that gift, but don't imagine it will last for too long. The great beloved esteems you capable of so much more than being sure-footed and sensible. You are capable of more whirling and stumbling whilst inspired by the music of the spheres. If you just accept the great invitation to dance, there won't be so much roughhousing going on. It won't be needed because your hair will already be in a mess, your blood will already be pumping, and you'll be sweating, laughing, smiling, and dancing. The great beloved will be alive in you, which is all that grand seducer ever wanted in the first place, even with all the jokes and horseplay. Disarrayed and disheveled by the divine beloved, you are able to break out of a too ordinary world. You will explore the delightful consequences of rocked boats and upset apple carts being swept away by love as you dare to dream bolder and wider dreams for yourself and the world. There is bigger magic for you to weave this lifetime. Prosaic priorities inherited from the world as tough and nonsense. It is the priorities of the heart that matter to you. If you are ever to right yourself whilst the beloved is tipping you upside down like a soaring bird in most impressive aerial dynamics, it will be through establishing right priorities, the priorities of your own heart. So ask your heart what matters most and attend to that. Soon you'll be able to find your orientation, even if everything you have once held onto appears to be shimmering and insubstantial, a mere dance of light rather than solid ground. This will become so easy for you because your orientation will flow from within, from the heart, and no matter what shifts and changes take place around you, your center will remain strong. This is what the beloved wants for you, such peace and relief. It shall bring you. But perhaps some shaking about is required first in case you are reluctant to give up some mainstays, unaware of how much they drain life away from your heart center. This oracle brings you this message also. There is something you are holding on to, a person, a place, a thing, a belief, a vision, and you need to let it go because it wants to grow. You may grow and change into something utterly different, or it may grow into exactly what you are imagining. Whichever outcome, growth is happening, and you'll find you enjoy the way much more with greater flow and support and less bashing of your head against the proverbial brick wall, if you can let it happen. Don't worry if it seems as though your world is coming to an end or you are losing something you once loved. This is just the shaking about of the great beloved to lead you into a deeper, sweeter dance of divine being and becoming. Put your focus into your heart and realize you are more ready than you think. Now, shake those hips, stamp those feet, close your eyes and clap your hands. There, that's better already. So there's a there's a sacred honoring ritual, and it says, say the following aloud. What the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. Repeat it 3 times or however many times feel necessary for you at some deeper part of your being to be to repeat it 3 times or however many times feel necessary for you at some deeper part of your being to really believe in what you are saying. You'll know what happens because you will feel more peace and presence within, and then you will have completed your sacred honoring ritual. So the sacred honoring ritual, it's you got to repeat it. They say 3 times, but as many times as you feel content. It's what the caterpillar calls the end, the master calls the butterfly. So deep transformation when it comes to dance of the divine feminine. This one here. So this is telling me that you are changing, and it's because of all of the changes that you're going through, all of the growth spurts, and you becoming a better version of yourself is the reason that people look at you, or these groups or these communities or your neighborhood or even your old friends, even family members, they look at you and they're like, they don't recognize who you are. Okay, but growth has to take place, and a lot of you're not in the same place where you grew up. So a lot of people have a lot of questions. They're questioning, they're asking about you, what you're doing. And it comes with the haters too. The haters, they're gonna also want to know what you're doing. They also gonna be trying to look into your life, trying to sabotage you. If that's what they've known to do, what they're known to do, then this is the reason. Okay, it's because you're dancing to your own tune. Okay, so number 21. Oh, that was long. Maybe next time I'm just gonna do one. All right, but they said 2, so I took 2. Okay, number 21, sacred phoenix heart. Under the cover of blood, love veils many rose gardens in total faith. Love tenderly guides every lover to the garden of the heart. Reasons say the world is limited in 6 directions. There is no way out. Love says, there is a way, and I have traveled it many times. How I adore your defiant, rebellious heart. It knows that what for the mind is an end. It knows that what for the mind is the end is for the heart. Simply another match to ignite the sacred flames. It eats of love until it's filled, and then becomes hungry again and eats some more. And again, it eats of love until it's full. It must simply explode into a sacred fire of passion. It bursts, incapable of sustaining old consciousness in the expanse of blessings unlimited, lavished upon it through the great beloved's affection. It would be like attempting to fit an ocean in a teacup, so it does not. It bursts forth like a dying star into spectacular radiance, only to be reborn again, new and hungry for the next feeding frenzy in love's great banquet. How I adore your divine, spectacular heart. Okay. Love guides us through travails that seem improbable, if not impossible. It does not shy away from any challenge, from any cause. It cannot. It is just love's way. Love says to us, there is always another way. You are receiving this guidance now. Perhaps you are scratching your head quizzically or in deepest despair because you appear to have met a dead end, a frowning no, or a dismissive laugh upon your quest to bring love alive. So then, do you choose to believe in love or in the death of thoughts your heart faces? Your heart shall your heart shall rally. I choose death because that is the portal of new life, and so it is wise. You see, but you must be brave. To be burned in love, by love, for love, will involve endurance of pain, but it will also replace it in context. It is the shorter pain that is not compounded by erroneous thinking. That pain comes and quickly and that pain comes and goes quite quickly when you realize that love is simply playfully smacking your wrists and saying, not that way, beloved. There are great pitfalls on that path. Come, take this one, where there shall be wine and dancing. So you are guided to accept the closed doors, the death, the pain, and to let it become tinder for your fire. Cry whatever tears need to be cried so your tinder can be dry and ready to create the sparks your heart needs. That sacred phoenix, ready to die into life within you, is hungry for the fire. Let it feast so it can fulfill its potential, its divine destiny, and become born again into new form, more divinely, more divinely aligned and alive than ever before. This oracle comes with a message for you. You may feel as though you have been wandering in a desert for many years with no oasis in sight. You might have been through darkness, through trials, endured confusion and uncertainty as you sought for your truth, sought divine revelation, and sought your purpose to confirm your plans. Seek no more. The answers are now given, or very soon they will be. And the life, the passion, the purpose, it will all come to you in clarity. Does life need to be grasped for you? No. Does life need to be grasped for? It is bestowed according to grace and destiny. It need not be sought so much as received. The spiritual destiny that calls your soul, even whilst you may feel your bodily ears are deaf to the call, makes your heart leap. It is as though hearing the beloved's voice and stirring an ancient memory of love so powerful moves you, even without you necessarily understanding how or why. So let life come to you. Be prepared to let the old version of life pass away into the new life now being born. What does this mean? It means letting go of your striving, your opinions, your doubts, your despair, and your fears. Life wants to happen through you, blazing angel. You don't have to do much other than get out of your own way. Love is your nature. Let it flourish, and life shall unfold accordingly. This oracle brings you a particular message regarding divine timing, that oh so significant factor in our dreams coming to life. Your time is fast approaching. It may even be now. It may seem less likely to you. There may be great darkness or confusion, and yet the unveiling of new dawn is closest to the deepest, darkest of night. Do not turn back or away from your progress. Your very next steps shall be upon hallowed ground, rendered golden by the rays of the rising sun. This one also has a sacred honoring ritual. It says, place your hands on your heart and say, This sacred phoenix heart is blessed through every loss, every grief and sadness, every mourning. This heart grows strong, ready to ignite into new life, into the dance that is not the funeral procession, but the rite of spring. This heart is ready to leap with new life, to be infused with the joy of innocence and the passion of deepest devotion. How I trust my heart to lead me, guided by the inner voice of love. Through all that could possibly be, I am safe. This heart knows the way, and I follow it faithfully now, into the light of a new day, through sacred grace. So be it. Place your hands in prayer and close your eyes. Imagine there is love in your heart, and that you can send a gentle acknowledgement of love from your mind to your heart. As you bow your head towards your hands, imagine you are mentally bowing to the greatness of your heart and the love it honors. You have completed your sacred honoring ritual. So it's double emphasis on you, again, going through transformation, accepting yourself for who you are, loving yourself, forgiving yourself for the mistakes, and letting go of the past, everything that's been holding you back, everything that's stagnating you. Okay. I just wanted to read these for you. Okay, maybe to just reinstill in you that you are amazingly and wonderfully made. You were not a mistake. You are not here by mistake. Okay, and whatever you choose to do, whatever undertakings that you have planned or that you're working on right now, the Holy Spirit wants you to know that, you're always in the right place at the right time, and anything that's being presented to you right now, new opportunities, new people, new friends, new networks, new groups, new associates, all of these things are being presented to you because it is the right time in order for you to take those chances and these opportunities. And again, yesterday I actually pulled out another deck that I haven't used in a long time, which is the Guardian Angel deck. And that deck also was confirming that there are actually good people. Not everybody is bad, but you got to use your discernment, because you're going to actually meet more bad than good. But once you're able to differentiate, you know how to deal with people accordingly. Okay? Once you're able to use your discernment, once you're able to trust your intuition, trust your gut, trust your heart, okay, you'll be able to make wiser choices, especially if you're very empathic. Like, you can meet somebody one time, or even just even talking to them on the phone, you can tell that, this is not we don't mesh, like our energies don't, the energy is off or something like that. So you gotta really pay attention to yourself. Okay, I know there's a lot of stuff going on. I know that a lot of people don't want to see us elevate. I know a lot of people want us to stay stuck in the same cycles, maybe repeating cycles, maybe going through the same shit, maybe just going through circles and never ending drama. But it's up to you what you do with your energy and who you allow into your energy, who you give access to you. Okay, and not everyone is allowed access to you. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every single one of you. I love each and every single one of you, and I'll be back with the smoke. No, I'm playing. I'll be back with more messages for you guys.